Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm in the beautiful Whitsundays. Absolutely amazing. I've come into a little secluded area, nice and calm. Today I want to go through, so this video is my top 5 Barramundi lures. Lures that have, I've been through a lot of lures. Lures that I think, in my personal opinion, are the best lures for barramundi. I don't know, you be the judge. Righto, number 1. And this would have to be, without a doubt, the best barra hard body lure. I'm gonna go to the categorized hard body and soft plastic, basically. So number 1 is the Storm Twitch Stick. This one's a bit rough and rugged, but that's good. It means it's caught fish, and a lot of fish. These lures, the action that these things have, I can't find another lure that does the same thing. Literally, it's the most, like when you jerk it, it's the most erratic, and it's all over the place. And in my opinion, those are the lures that get the action. So I've personally casted lures and slow rolled lures all day long. Nah, but I will go through that. So there's one lure in particular that I have in my bunch here that a slow roll works on. So I'll leave that one. Just bear with me. So the Twitch Stick by Storm, I think it's a 100 or a 90, either of. I can't even remember. It's a SW10 Twitch Stick by Storm. And if you're ever going to catch a barra in the snags, that's where you're going to get it on. Righto. Number two. What is this thing? The Jackal Squirrel Silent Minnow, Smash Minnow, Silent. And it's a 100 too. That 100 or 10 centimeter range seems to be a very, very good size for barra. It's very, very similar lure, just probably a different shaped bib. Gets down a bit different. Action works a little different. The Twitch Stick, you can feel it through the rod. When you twitch it, you can feel it through the rod. This one you can't, but it still catches barra very, very well, and probably bigger barra. Oh.
Oh, it's a goodie too. On the squirrel.
Whoa!
Yeah. Ready, is it?
No. So that's my second lure, number 2 of my choice. All the hard bodies I use primarily are suspending lures. That twitch and pause. And usually when you get a hit, it's usually on the pause with barra. And if you watch back through some of my older footage, you'll see there's barra in there that'll smack it, usually on the pause. And I've had them, in fact, as long as the longest being like a 10-second pause, particularly in winter. Barra are not a difficult fish to catch in winter time. In my opinion, they're actually easier to catch in winter, because all you need to do is slow your retrieve down and right down, and that's where your suspending lures come in. Twitch, stay in the zone, and you literally only want to move it a foot at a time, if that. Get it in front of their face, twitch, bang, 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 and annoy the hell out of them. You annoy the hell out of them, and you'll get the hook up. Trust me. Color of lures. In my personal opinion, it doesn't matter so much about the color, the actual color of the lure, as long as there's a contrast change between the top of the lure and underneath. And if you'll note, both of the hard bodies that I have here, they're black on top and a white or a silver in between. And as the lure rolls, you get that, when you twitch, it gets that roll, that flutter of color change in the lure. That spurs the barra on like nothing I've ever seen before. And it doesn't matter whether it's black, pink, blue, it doesn't matter. As long as it has that contrast change, you're onto a winner. A lot of people bang on about colour of lure. Oh, a pink works well. A green works well. You'll find 9 times out of 10, there's always that contrast change in the lure. It's not the actual colour itself that's doing it. Hot tip. Lure number 3. I would have to say, for impoundment barra, and the best lure for impoundment barra that I've found, and this has been judgmental, I think. There's so many different ways you can catch impoundment barra. You can do fly, you can troll, you can sight cast. I don't like trolling. In my opinion, trolling's not fishing. You stick it in the water, you troll around, big deal, woo-ha. There's no action in that. Like, my personal opinion on fishing now is being able to see the fish, particularly in an impoundment, is being able to see the fish, cast at the fish, and watch it unfold. That is like pinnacle, top level. And the best lure, aside from fly fishing, I'm not even going to get into fly fishing because that's completely different. But for sight casting, barramundi, and an impoundment, the best lure I've found is the pelagic tackle twitch it. Dynamite, the action on these things, that tail action. Yeah, all my impoundment barra have been caught on one of these. Yeah. Lure number 4, and at the present time, this is my personal favorite. I'm absolutely loving these lures, and it's the chase bait flick prawn in the large size for barramundi. Wow. And to get back to the slow roll thing, this is the one you slow roll. Prawn, when it swims, they just swim through the water, da 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 da. This I found you can work in a number of different ways. So you can do your slow roll, it'll catch fish, it'll definitely catch fish. Or they have little rattle inside of them, so you can twitch it and twitch it hard, and the segmented tail, I've watched these things, and when they flick, the tail will kick back and it looks exactly like a real prawn. I don't think you could get a more realistic prawn lure than this guy right here. I use personally the slow sinking ones. There's 2 weights. You got a heavy and you've got a slow. I use the slow sinking because I like seeing the action, and in fact most of the time I use them in very shallow water, 2-3 feet max, which is where I tend to find a lot of barramundi. The slow sinking in those depths tends to work the best, I think, because they just glide down through the water, and they look so realistic. So the chase baits flick prawn is an absolute dynamite lure. You can hurl that into the snags, you can skip it in and under the snags, but hang on, because things are gonna happen when you do, and they do. So this lure, being as realistic as it is, I've actually had, and I have footage which I'll put on right now, of barramundi hunting this thing down. 3 hits that fish had on this prawn. He boofed it the first time, I pulled it out of his mouth. He was there ready, waiting. I've cast it back again, and he's hit it again. I pulled it out of his mouth twice. The third time, I seen where he went to. He actually skipped out of his mouth, and he took off after it, thinking it was a real prawn, skipping away. I've cast it in a rough area where he went to. Bang, third time hooked up. So that's how realistic this lure is, and that's how well it works. Is if you can have 3 hits on a barramundi and get him to eat it a third time, you're onto a winner. Oh, fuck it. There's a mundi. Oh, I just ripped it out of his mouth. Shit. Yep, got him that time. So lure number 5 on my list, and it's a favorite as well, but each one of these lures has their own individual traits, their own style, I guess you could call it, and ways you work them, ways you fish them, where you fish them, how you fish them. It's all different. So, and that's what, I guess that's what makes each lure individual. So my next number 5 favorite lure for me is this is a dirty one that's been used probably more than once, but the Z-Man hard leg frog. The way that these are supposed to be rigged, and I'm not one for doing things the way everybody else does, they're supposed to be rigged with a weighted worm hook. Now, I'm not all about that. I reckon they sink. So the way I rig them is with a BKK Chimera hook, which actually has like a hook in the front of it, which helps to hold the frog on. So when I don't, or very rarely burn these things across the surface like everyone else does. What I've found now is a twitch, just a good solid hard smack twitch, because with this unweighted, the frog floats, so it acts like a popper in a way. And there's one thing I love more than fishing itself, it's barra buffs. I love buff. Oh, so much fun. Oh. Oh. Yep. Oh. Oh. So, BKK Chimera hook, probably not, I wouldn't say the strongest hook I've ever had. They rate them strongly. I don't. I've bent these things on even the smallest barra, so yeah, I wouldn't say they're the strongest hook out there, but with that kickback that they have, it locks the plastic in, so they don't, with the twitch, they don't pull off the hook like a lot of other hooks I've found do. So that's a plus. So yeah, BKK 7A Chimera hook on the Z-Man hard leg frog in a large size. White, I like white, you can use whatever. But yeah, in my opinion, those 5 Barramundi lures, or 5 lures, if you're gonna catch a Barramundi, that's the way to do it. I hope you enjoyed that video. It was relatively short, sweet, to the point. If you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Only about 20% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to the channel. So if you like what you see, check out the other videos and hang around, because there's some cool stuff coming, and you just gotta bear with me. The weather this year has been absolutely woeful. It's been a difficult time to try and get out, so what can you do? Thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Catch us next time.